a natural response after you've been in Washington a while. No surprise about Jessup's reaction. The president had made his official announcement last night, and here was the congressman, not 12 hours later, venting his considerable spleen on Good Morning America. His staff hadn't wasted a second. "And to think that we supported this man! We helped put Thomas Winston into the White House! And what does he do? He drives a knife into the back of the already oppressed African-American community!" John ripped his attention back to Katie and found that he'd missed what bad boy Jimmy Clifton had done. He tried to cover. "Oh, wow. Did he get in trouble?"
"Yep,"
Katie said, with a quick nod and a satisfied smile that revealed a gap on top. She'd lost her first tooth just last week. Her upper right front incisor now belonged to the tooth fairy.
"Had to go down the hall and see Sister Louise."
"Is that bad?" Katie stared at him as if he had two heads.
"She's the principal, Daddy."
"Oh, right. Sister Louise, of course." Despite the fact that he'd been raised a Baptist, John had opted to enroll Katie in a Catholic school, Holy Family Elementary in Bethesda. It had a great reputation and was considered one of the best primary schools inside the Beltway, even had a waiting list. He'd had to pull a few strings to get Katie in. Pulling strings. The name of the game around here. When he'd been a practicing internist in Atlanta, he hadn't known a thing about strings, but he learned fast. A couple of years as an HHS deputy secretary, and he could pull with the best of them. He glanced at his watch. "Oops, you're going to miss the bus." She grinned.
"And then I'll be Lady Katie."
"Yes, you will. Did you take your pill?" She searched the tablecloth around her cereal bowl for it.
"No,
I have it." John looked up as his mother approached them from the far side of the kitchen, holding up an amber vial.
"Thanks, Nana,"
Katie said, sticking out her hand. Nana, she was still Helga to her peers, and she'd once been Ma to John, but she became Nana to the family once Katie began speaking. Not a day passed that John didn't thank heaven that his mother had come to Washington to stay with them. He and Katie couldn't have got along without her. She shook a pink, red-speckled tablet into her granddaughter's upheld palm. John watched his mother and realized how much she'd aged within the past few years. 75 and looking every minute of it. 2 or 3 years ago, her hair had been just as white, but she'd look 65. Living proof that stress makes you old. Tall and trim, John's father had been tall as well, and just beginning to develop a dowager's hump, she still took impeccable care of herself, keeping her thinning white hair softly permed. She was never without a touch of pink lipstick, even this early in the day. Her natural high coloring accentuated the blue of her eyes. She didn't have a full closet, but she bought good quality clothing and then wore it to death. No housecoats, no polyester, and God forbid she ever appeared in an outfit that didn't match. This morning she wore lightweight wool beige slacks and a matching blue and beige turtleneck. Katie popped the pill into her mouth and washed it down with a gulp of orange juice. The tablet was chewable, but she'd never liked the flavors, so she'd learned to swallow them whole. She was an old pro at it by now. One of those tablets twice a day, every day. For how long? John wished he knew. He did know what would happen if she missed a dose or two. His throat tightened, and he had to reach out and touch her. He smoothed some flyaway strands of her shiny dark hair. So fine. Baby fine. Nana combed out the knots every morning and braided it into a pair of pigtails. Katie tended to prefer a single, looser French braid like the bigger girls wore, but Nana didn't think that was neat enough. Nana liked things neat. Katie looked at him.
"What's the matter, Daddy?"
"Nothing, why?"
"You look funny."
He crossed his eyes. "Is this better?"
"No," she laughed. "Now you look goofy."
"And he will look even goofier," Nana said, ever the voice of reason.